Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I am Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and I am very happy and excited to be with each and every one of you this evening. I am doing something a little new with streaming. I am, of course, like I have been, streaming live on Facebook via Be Live TV. On the Facebook page, Goldylocks Productions, and that's Goldylocks with a Y. And so, of course, you can find me there, but I am also streaming live through Spreaker Radio this evening. Not using Blog Talk Radio. I will store the archives to this show there, the radio part, the audio, but I'm actually streaming live through Spreaker. So welcome the Spreaker listeners, those who do listen live. And so hello, everyone. And whether you're watching the show live or in the archives, just thank you so much for everyone participating and sitting in Sacred Circle with me this evening. And not just with me, but with each and every one of us. So it's beautiful, all the sharing, as you give and receive healing. It's just a very powerful time. And I have a lot to discuss this evening. And, oh, hello. Hello, Maureen. Hello, beautiful. Right back at you. Oh, and so, oh, hello, Julia. Good evening to you and good evening to everyone. And again, those that are listening live via Spreaker Radio, you can also hop on to Facebook, the Goldylocks Productions page, and you can watch me, watch the video, and you can interact with all the other listeners here as well. That's what I like for everyone to do, is to interact with each other, interact with me, and comment, like, and share this video, this show. It's we're all here to love and support each other. And just be very supportive. Some people have a hard time with the love. You shouldn't just throw it out there. But you know what? We are beings of love. So we just need to share our love and light and be here for everyone. So be supportive. All right. So just giving a couple more moments for those who would like to show up here. Show up in Sacred Circle and sit with us. And as you are listening, and I always like to say that this is a great exchange. We are exchanging healing energies. We're exchanging information, wisdom, and knowledge. We're just, really sharing all this information, and we're expanding together. We really are. So this is a beautiful, beautiful hour together. So yes, share the love. Exactly. All right. And so this helps us all. We all learn, even me. You have to learn on every day. I don't profess to know it all. My goodness, I certainly do not. We all come in with a lot of knowledge and experience. And we have this knowledge and experience to not only help us in our ascension process, but to help others as well. And so we're all exchanging and learning together. So exciting. Like, again, just wanted to welcome the new Spreaker listeners. And if you happen to be catching the show live on Spreaker Radio, and you do want to watch on TV on Facebook via the Goldylocks Productions Facebook page, just please know that there is a delay. There will be a delay between the audio and the video. And so I just don't want you to go, oh my goodness, what is going on? It's two different programs, so there's going to be a delay. All right. So again, welcome everyone. I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm having a sale. A sale. Woohoo! What is this sale, Tiffany? Well, I started posting it, and it's a buy one, get one free sale. Buy one, get one free. So you purchase any healing or reading service or session with me, and you get one free. You get what you purchase free. So there isn't like exchanging or swapping of services. What you purchase is what you're going to get. Another additional service that you had purchased, but this one will be for free. So buy one, get one free. So we're talking about sharing the love. If you want to share with somebody else, I could make a gift certificate for you if you would like to do that for something, in the email. It's to you, the purchaser, so that you can have something to present somebody. So we can absolutely do that. I can present something for you, some sort that you could print out and that you could give to your friend or family member, or save it for yourself at another date, right? However you would like to do it. Yes, Julia, 'tis the season to be sailing. Cute. But it's true. It is, isn't it? And I have to say too, that this is a rare sale. This is the first time I've offered this. And next week will be the 7-year anniversary of being into my business, or in stepping into my power of Goldylocks Temple of Healing. It's the 7-year anniversary next week on the 15th, December 15th. So this is the first sale that I have offered like this. And it's, why not? So the details of the sale, if you haven't seen it already, I've been putting it everywhere, like in social network. But my blog is the only place you will find it, other than me sharing it in on social network and social media. But the details of the sale is on my blog, and my blog is whitesagewoman.me. All right. So, and it's very close to whitesagewoman.com, which is the website. If all you remember is whitesagewoman.com, that's fine, because you just click on the blog part of the website and you'll be taken right to this. But this is where the details of the sale are. So it's not even shared in the website. So this sale goes on today, the 10th to the 24th. So you got 14 days to take advantage of this sale. All right. So 7 and 7, 14 days. So check it out. Share it with people. If you think people that you may think would be interested in it. And so you can give a healing session, like I said, or a reading session. And if you haven't ever had a healing session, most people have had some distant healing. I could do this. I like to do this via Skype on video, where we can see each other and feel the healing going on. All right. So again, there's so many services to choose from. So check it out. Have fun with it. All right. Also, I did record between the show last week to this week. During the week, I recorded a video called Rejection. Rejection. That's the title. It's if you did not see this video, you can look it up. Again, it's on my website. If under radio and TV shows. Under TV and radio shows, I did stick it in there. I only put 2, like the last 2 videos at a time, last 2 shows, but I did include the rejection video on there. So you can view it either through my website, whitesagewoman.com, or you can, and right there on that website is the link right to my YouTube channel as well. And the YouTube channel, there's a lot of playlists. There's Goldylocks Productions, which is where you'll see this show, the Spiritual Insight Show, and many other wonderful shows and show hosts that belong to Goldylocks Productions. Another playlist is Goldylocks Temple of Healing, and this is the one I want you to go look at and look at so many different videos on so many different topics. Again, that one, rejection, you'll find that one there. Okay, so whenever it's any type of teaching or channeling that suddenly overcomes me, and they're like, and the angels and guides and these just ascended beings are like, sit down and record this right now and share it. Okay. And so that's what I did. Usually they catch me. They'll start chattering and give me some time to, well, let me look presentable and I'll sit down and do a video. But this last one, caught me off guard, and they're like, just go right now. And I was decorating, so I had what I call just, bummy house clothes. And no, sit down right now and record. It doesn't matter what you look like. It's the message. And I'm like, okay. So it's, and this is all part of trust, and I get it. I understand, and I trust, and we have to trust. And so check that out. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think about that, how you feel about that. And it was just, I don't remember the messages that are channeled, and I have to rewatch even like my shows. If I do any channeled messages, specifically a video just for channeled messages, or even when I give all of you beautiful viewers messages, I may have to go back and rewatch it because it's, I don't remember. A lot of times I really don't. And that's good. It's because it's not coming from my mind. It's not coming from me. It's coming through me. All right. So, thank you so much, Julia. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the link. I did not have that ready. Thanks, Julia, sweetie. Here's the link. It's Goldylocks TOH, which is Temple of Healing. That's the user. And I do believe you can find if you just type in Tiffany White as well. So I have several keywords that's supposed to pop up, even Tiffany White Sage Woman, but I'm not sure if they work. So having the link is awesome. Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you. Yes. All right. Oh, here we go. Yep. And the rejection video. And she even got the link there. Wow. You are on it, Julia. Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you. And you're welcome. And yes. Yay. Wonderful. So those of you who are watching this and can see the chat, you can click right on and watch the video. But not right now. Do it later. Do it after the show, okay? So after the discussion, we always come to the part where I give messages and I'll pull cards. And last week I used 2 different decks. I'm going to do the same thing with 2 different decks this week. And so we're going to have fun with that. So stay tuned. Get your questions ready in your head and percolating. First, we're going to go through the crystal and gemstone of the week. So the crystal and gemstone of the week is moonstone. Moonstone. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm sure everyone now knows what a moonstone looks like. It's very popular in jewelry making, and it is just really exquisite if you can have light shining through it. So I like it as earrings and jewelry wise. Earrings or a ring to where the light will catch it. Sometimes it's hard on a pendant if it's against your skin or against clothes. All right. But it's the way it shimmers with the light and the way that the light reflects with it. It's just and dances with it. It's just so beautiful, like the moonstone. So the moonstone characteristics is that this is a stone of inspiration, of passion, creativity, and vision. And it does promote intuition and success. It really does. So you have, let's see, a move, Julia. If you have something coming up, a move, you're looking for a job, you even want to bring in, a new person in your life you want to go on dates with, or you just, some like-hearted people, I would sit in meditation or just sit holding your moonstone and try to quiet the mind and just feel the conversation between you and the moonstone. And we do that. We have communication all the time with other living beings around us. We just maybe aren't paying attention. We'll get more on that soon here. Let me get a... Oh. All right. So, well, hello, Kristen. I am so happy you could make it this evening. Hello, beautiful. All right. So, Kristen, in case you didn't hear, I'll say again, it's the crystal and gemstone of the week is moonstone. All right. Now we're going to move on to the spirit power animal, the totem of the week. And I giggled when I giggled when I saw it approach, when it come up, when I ask for this, I visualize, I see it, I hear it, and it made me giggle. A panda. And I had to stop and go, is this for everyone or is this for me? Because there is a beautiful relationship I have with pandas. It reminds me of my mom. My mother loved pandas. My dad would collect pandas for her. I have her panda collection, and he would draw. I keep everything that my dad had drawn for my mom. Their love notes, just so cute. But he would draw her panda pictures, and so when I saw it, I was like, is that my parents saying hello? Because they're on the other side. And I was like, oh. And then I was like, no, it's for everyone. And I was like, oh, okay, good. Yay, we get to share the pandas. I know, Julie, I love those videos about the baby pandas. They're just so darn precious, aren't they? Oh, my goodness. So the panda comes to us to remind us that there's an understanding the value of slowness and stillness. And even that, and see, as the baby pandas, isn't there? It's like it's a learning experience. They're learning, they're slow, and maybe the way they move or the way that they process something. And it's beautiful. The connection, of course, to Eastern beliefs. It also represents, of course, or the panda represents balance. Most definitely think about the yin and yang, the balance, yin and yang. Adaptability. Especially at this time of the year or anytime that they're in, anytime there's change involved. Okay, let's just right now get it through your head and understand that change is just going to be a part of our life for the rest of our life. Change, adaptability, going with the flow, right? It's the connection to the plant kingdom, connection to nature, connection to oneness. Absolutely. So that's all very beautiful, and let that maybe be a symbol of balance for you. And I want to ask the viewers a question. When you need to balance quickly, do you visualize a picture in your head, or do you go through your chakras? Is it energy? If you visualize a picture, what do you picture? Do you have one of those instant emojis in your mind that you just that's in your heart and that instantly just settles over you? Well, pandas, of course, is one of mine. And so is the tree of life, is instantly like, oh, yeah, I'm in awe. And it just, can take me there. visualizing my dragon, Sophia, the angels. How about you guys? Share in your comments. What do you visualize? Who, what, to help you ground? There's no right or wrong answer here. Not at all. All right. It's just interesting. I love to see, and I love the sharing of where do you go in your mind and in your heart space when you need to ground? What do you visualize? What do you think about? What do you hold in your heart to, I need balancing? So I'll look for those, for y'all to post that in the comments about what you hold vision-wise, what you do to balance. What do you do to balance even? And maybe if it's not just a picture or something, but what do you do? Do you do any rituals? Is there anything that you do to help you? So, okay, Julia, here we go. She's the first one. I ground to the core crystal of Mother Earth. Beautiful. Yes. Very good. We're going to go back to that too, of talking about the crystal and crystals of Mother Earth, and most definitely. So thank you for sharing that, Julia. Yes, that's very, very powerful. Indeed, it is. And I used to like to, or I believe that it's said that the trees, and the huge, huge trees, as they wrap around their roots in the earth, are they not, there's rocks, there's crystals, and when we take a tree down with no ceremony, with no gratitude, they're just cut down, yanked out, they release any negativity and anything that they may have been holding in is released. It's like opening a Pandora's box. Absolutely it is. So I'm not saying you don't have to take down a tree, but you should always have a ceremony first. And it's very beautiful, and it's giving gratitude. Let's give gratitude to the earth and give gratitude to the tree. And you talk to the tree, knows what's going to happen, and the tree's a living being, and the tree can freak out. I've heard they have this screech that has brought me to my knees and in tears several times. And so as empaths, we can feel the pain, takes us to the knees, we cry. We have to work through that. Do you understand that? We have to work through that pain. How am I going to help this tree? Being in the quicksand with it crying? No. Stand up, put my hands out like I'm giving this tree a hug and say, thank you. I acknowledge your existence. I'm grateful for your existence. Thank you so much. I am grateful. I am grateful. And that's all the tree wants to hear. I've done this to the trees in the neighborhood. Everyone, the neighbors that take them down, I go outside and I have to communicate immediately. Especially if I hear the high pitched, I hear them start to scream because they're in shock. They're healthy. They didn't know they were being taken down. Go out there and immediately just hold the energy. Even if you don't hear it or feel it, that's okay. Give gratitude. How would you like to have lived your existence? No one give any gratitude, push you aside, and just keep going. That's devastating. You're here. Every living being is here and holds an important role. How about it? Thank you. Thank you. Isn't that beautiful? Powerful. And after I do that, I watch the trees. I call it the energy or the essence. Like thousands and thousands of fairy and angel lights. And it regenerates back into the earth, but in a different way, in a different type of energy. And that just shows you nothing dies. It transformed, transmuted. The energy went somewhere else in nature. Very nice. So know that all living things speak. They do. All right. And even plants. They do. They do. And I just bless everything that I eat. I know that there is this war sometimes between vegans and vegetarians and the meat eaters. Everything has energy. Everything has a voice, so to speak, and science has proved that a plant can scream. Okay? So what are you going to eat? Air? Yeah, come on. As a gardener, I have to tell you, you have a beautiful appreciation because you take it from the seed, you watch it grow, you appreciate. Again, here it is, that gratitude. How many of us grew up saying blessing at the table? Even if you want to say that blessing was tied to religion. Let's look past that. It was a blessing. It's a blessing for the food. It's a blessing to all the living beings that made this meal possible. And you remove any trauma from their past when you do that. Do you realize that? So even if animals are tortured, you are helping to heal with the simple act of a blessing and of gratitude. And when you do that, when you bless your food and you shift that energy and then you eat it, it's going to be fine in your body. You're blessing your body. If you just eat with no concern, worry, or anything about the energy of the food and the energy you're putting in your body, that's dangerous and toxic to us. It is. So just keep that in mind. I don't go from one extreme to the next with when extremists start to tug a war with each other. Let's be balanced and let's get back to the blessing. Let's bless it. Eat the water that you drink, anything that you drink, you know, the tea, the coffee, my ginormous. I'm actually drinking coffee, the butter coffee. I love the butter coffees. Oh. Healthy fat. You know, healthy fat flushes the unhealthy fat out of your body. All right. So, wow. All right. Thank you so much. I did get some feedback from last week's show about maybe some topics to talk about. Chris Tuck. Chris, if you're in the house, just say hello. Chris Tuck sent me this email. She's like, if I could talk more about mediumship and like the gatekeepers on one of the shows. I'm going to be honest with you. All right. I don't work with them. I don't work with a lot of them. That made me be like, what? All right. I have to tell you. I've always worked in the high vibrations, and it's not anything like, ooh, I'm special. All right. It's because when I was young, my mom didn't want to hear. I'd freak my mom. I'd freak everyone else out if I started talking about the spirit, the fourth dimension. Heaven is the fourth dimension. So if anyone wondering why we're going from third to fifth and go, what happened to fourth? Fourth is heaven. All right. Fourth is where our loved ones are where they go to communicate with us. It's like this special area. This is why it takes sometimes our loved ones some time. Okay, well, we'll schedule an appointment because the time is different for them. Put it out there. I would like to meet you on the fourth vibration and let's have a talk. A garden in the fourth dimension and fourth vibration, Heaven's Garden is a great place where I go to talk to and meet my parents. Sometimes it's even it's still in the fourth dimension and fourth vibration, but it's our old living room, and we would have great conversations at the house that I grew up in, So fourth D, because I was told as a child not to communicate with the fourth dimension, which is where most of our guides are too, I jumped and I asked, is it okay if I talk to the angels and the light beings? Sure, honey, that's fine. So I would jump to 5D and higher, and just have communications with that. I could still see the spirit around, but it was like, I can't talk to you. I can see you. Hi, how you doing? That's it. Okay. I can't talk to strangers. I can't talk to strange spirit. I'll get in trouble because I can't keep my mouth shut. So I'm not even going to open a can of worms. And stepping back into my abilities and actually going to development groups to develop my mediumship. And they're talking about your spirit guides and gatekeepers and all of these guides that had life here on this earth plane before. They're all in the 4D, in the fourth dimension, and some of them higher. I never worked with them. And that's okay. And because as long as you're working with higher than 3D vibrational energies as guides, that's great. You don't want to work with any spirit that tells you negative things or to harm you or anything. And I think we all know that here and now. I mean, we know this, okay? So you want to work with that. So to go into great detail about 4D guides, I really do not have that experience to tell you what each of their roles are, other than they're just there to give you advice. I do see them and communicate with them, but they also respect that I work with the angels and the dragons and high vibrational beings. It's okay. They're all loving and supporting. I really feel them when I don't feel well, and I lay down in my bed. I call it my healing bed. I lay down there, and because I have two Native Americans that are guides. It's a male and then a female. And the female's a medicine woman, and I'll see her and feel her when I don't feel well. She has a wooden bowl and she's got herbs, and I'll see her sprinkling stuff all on me, and she's chanting something, but I know she's working on me, and it makes me feel good and comfortable, like wrapped in a warm blanket, and the angels. And it's a team. It really is. Everyone coming together as a team project with healing. Even as a healer, and I give healing sessions, I'm not the only one there. These healers are calling for the master healers to come in, and the angels, the healing angels, and everyone's working together on the person that needs healing. So it's a very beautiful, I call, community event. All right. So know that fourth dimension is heaven. So, and a lot of us are what they say that the veil is getting very thin, or are going to experience our loved ones way more than we used to. And it starts there, and then maybe hearing and feeling your guides. And, but the guides that didn't, and it's a choice if they want to come to this earth plane or not. The guides that didn't want to come, they're the higher vibrations. You talk with them. I just want to give a little, those that want compassion tend to, this is why they say talk to your 4D, your guides, that type of group, who have had a life on this earth plane, because they are compassionate. They understand the human emotion, that element. Some of the higher beings can feel cold, and the angels feels the upper vibration is cold, like space. It's just cold, but you feel warm at the same time. It's hard to explain. It's like I'm hot and cold at the same time. But sometimes these high ascended masters seem like they don't have a sense of humor, and that's okay. That's all right. But just know that that could happen. All right. So, what I would also like to do is I talk about Diana Cooper quite a lot because I use some of her cards. And the 2 decks I'm going to be using, I'm going to go over this one thing, and then we're going to get right to y'all's questions. All right. And I'm going to use 2 decks this evening. It's Magical Times by Jody Bergsma. The Magical Times. I love this deck. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful deck. All right. So, and then, of course, the Dragon deck by Diana Cooper. Okay. So, let me know what deck you want me to use when you ask your question, because I always go to the guides, angels first, and then I'll pull a card as a validation, and I like to visualization for you guys too. So say dragon or magical to let me know which deck to use to answer your question. All right. And Julia, I'm going to answer this right off the bat. Am I awake and ascending? Absolutely you are, because you're right here. You're right now. You're concerned about your path. Anyone that's not awake, doesn't care where they are, wouldn't watch shows like this, wouldn't read anything about spirituality or anything like that. All right. So absolutely you're ascending. Feel it in your heart. You have to have an open heart chakra. Feel it. Feel it. All right. So I want to share Diana Cooper. You can find her on Facebook. And she also does once a week. I do believe it's once a week. But check Diana Cooper out, and she'll give readings with her dragon deck too. So woohoo! More dragons. Anyway, she has this wonderful newsletter, and I'm going to read and share with you some of her December 2017 newsletter. And I recognize Diana Cooper. We recognize our soul families as we connect. Like all of you, we're soul families. We've connected in the past. We've connected in the astral field. We've connected. All right. And we just, this feels comfortable. I'm going to go here. And that's the same like with Diana. I remember my past lives in Atlantis. And I remember her from Atlantis. I remember Edgar Casey from Atlantis. I remember so many people from Atlantis. And there's a lot that may shock and awe you, but I need you to have an open mind for the next 10 minutes. For the rest of the show, have an open mind, all right? So, we're about to enter the most sacred time of the year when the Christ light of unconditional love comes pouring into the planet on Christmas Eve until Boxing Day. Now, whether you consider yourself a Christian or not, or no matter what you believe in, there is something very beautiful about this time. Just like with all the times, all right, the Lion's Gate in the summertime, the 8-8, all right, the 12-12, all these types of energies. This is another sacred spiritual portal, a time of ascension. So 12-25. At Christmas, it is really helpful if you can find a few minutes to be quiet and undisturbed by tuning into that energy. Even if you do not feel, sense, or see anything, it will be impacting on you, touching your cells with the Christ light. With the Christ light. We are Christ light. Christ light, which is this beautiful golden white light. Most people see it in the ancient, the Renaissance paintings, and the old art as the halo. That's our Christ light, the halo. It is preparing us for the new golden age. A lot of us remember Peace on Earth playing. Remember Peace, the first golden age, a long time ago before everything went to hell in a handbasket really quick. There, I said it. All right. People are thinking that we're already going there. We've been there for so long. Let's get out, okay? All right. Thank you. Keep asking your questions, Maureen. I see you. I'm going to answer your question. So this is the time, too, the golden Christed dragons. From her deck, I pulled the golden Christed dragon. It brings you higher love so that you can embody the Christ-like. And this is that golden, trying to get the glare off of it, dragon. Beautiful, beautiful card. And see, I don't know if you can tell, there's light coming from his chest. Remember like at the lighthouse, like told y'all Christ-like, let it come out of your Sacred Heart Center. All right. So this year, the golden Christed dragons will be flowing in to help everyone by pouring love into your heart center if it is open and ready. They are offering you a cosmic gift by enabling you to embody the Christ light. You are then called on to spread it to others. All you have to do is call them and to open your heart. Yes, Yule, winter, and solstice originally. But we're going to go back even further than that, Kristen. All right? Even further than that. So absolutely, it was about when we lived in harmony with nature. This is right back to it. But you have to understand that this story of this was changed and skewed. I need y'all to keep an open mind because here we go. All right? I've been really quiet about this until Edgar Casey says it. All right? Has mentioned this. I don't know if Sylvia Brown talked about it. And whatever your thoughts are about Sylvia Brown, she was a very powerful light worker and paved the way for us too. So knock it off. Don't be judgmental. So many have. Anyway, Edgar Casey, I know, was one of them. And then I knew this by having conversations with the angels and light beings, was that what was I going to say here? That Jesus, and I have to tell you, it took me a little bit to understand who the church was talking about. I talk to Yeshua all the time. I call him Yeshua. Whether you call him Jesus, whether you call him Yeshua, he's very powerful. He was a real person. A lot of people think that he wasn't, but he was. And he had a past life in Atlantis. I need you to open your mind. They always said, even ancient aliens say, that he was one of the gods, and that the gods that people talk about or our alien ancestors. Let's connect the dots. We have to open the mind. Open your mind, expand the mind, what I'm going to tell you. So for about Jesus' birth, I questioned all of that, and that they did steal from old parts. Yes and no. You have to understand that the modern Bible is not what was left for us originally. It was highly hijacked. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about it. But this Christmas, we have to become even more aware than usual of the awesome energies around the birth of Jesus and the Christ energy, ascension. The incredible preparations made for his birth and early life are a reminder of how important it is to welcome a new soul into a high frequency energy. All the people who surrounded and supported his entry to the planet, again, were highly evolved initiates. Now, when we were in Atlantis, we weren't born into Atlantis. We were just, death and birth was different. So this is why they say that with our earth suits and our earth bodies, and there's a birth. This is the only planet that there's babies and that we die. Any other place, any other universe, I'm done with this life. Oh, okay, hey, we'll see you again, whatever. And they just, boom, they think where they want to go and they go. That's it. There isn't any of this grieving with death. And some people may think, oh, but there's no babies. I know, but, it helps explain a lot. In order for the light to come into these earth bodies and for us to be here, there was a birth process. All of nature on this earth plane goes through a birth process. Think of the seed. Think of the growth. Goes through its cycle. Earth has a cycle. All right. Anyway, so this is why it was so huge with Yeshua coming back in his second life on this earth plane. He's going to come in as a human being now. All right. So Jesus' mother's Mary. Here we go. Please open the mind. Jesus' mother Mary was the very pure Essene, who was Ma-Ra in the golden age of Mu. And she was Isis in Atlantis as well as Egypt, where she gave virgin birth to Horus. Open your mind. His father Joseph was Saint Germain, now the Lord of Civilization. Any healer works should anyway, work with Saint Germain, that beautiful purple light of Saint Germain. The three wise men are one of them. Casper was, and I hope I don't mispronounce this, was Dwaj Ha Kul. He was a Tibetan master. He's known as the Tibetan master and the messenger of the masters. All right. Also reincarnated. See, reincarnated. That's what I'm talking about. These are all. So the other wise men, Balzatar, was Lord Kuthumi. He's now the world teacher. The world teacher. Anyone can communicate with him. And Melchior was El Moria, the chief of Darling Council of the Great White Brotherhood. Is not a race thing at all. We're talking about the light. All right, the Brotherhood of Light. Look at all these ascended masters as the wise men. Hello. All right, so this birth energy of exalted beings remains on Earth as a cosmic ball of light, or the halo above the head that's indicated in so many old ancient artwork. And also in the religious icons, they still depict them with that. It is especially important and available at Christmas because of the celebration surrounding this day. Even though Yeshua was not born on the 25th of December, science proved they were able to win that North Star. We're not going to go through all of that. And there's no way that Yeshua was a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. And Yeshua was, no. Anyway, they actually got confused between him and his cousin, John the Baptist. They had their birthday swapped. That's all I'm going to say there. Okay. It doesn't matter, though, because December 25th has always been a day where the veils between the heaven and the earth are thin and special lights pour in. All right? That's a lot I just unveiled on everybody. But you have to know that the great masters talk about this for so much more than what we've been taught. We are these beautiful energies. We're all alien star seeds, so to speak, right? And we all have and we did have the light bodies are beyond this earth plane. And we have these bodies to survive in this garden, because that's the thing earth is a garden. We had to survive here. Okay. So it goes, all of this, it can be verified. So many masters, we could talk now without being put to death. They have so many sacred documents that they're finding. So it's absolutely wonderful. All right, so to wrap this up so that we can get to some questions here. And I can go as long as it's okay. So it's not that Jesus was a copy. Okay, again, you have to be careful what you're reading and Bible-wise. There's always talk about great masters. And there was this great prophecy. But they did not think that the church did not think that Yeshua was the one that was prophesied. They actually thought it was his cousin John the Baptist. So there's a lot, no matter what language you read it in, and every language has been butchered, mutilated, whatever. You really want to know what happened? Sit your butt down and communicate with Yeshua. I ask him all the time. I ask him, the light beings. This is conversations I had with these light beings when I was in junior high school. I remember walking to the bus stop. I would go through my affirmations. These light beings were by my side, and I would ask questions about Yeshua because I grew up in a very strict household, and I couldn't swallow what I was being taught about Jesus. It didn't feel right. So I would ask for clarification, and you get it, and you learn something when we open up and expand and just allow. All right, so the next year, as the new golden age approaches, lower energies are being stirred up and transmuted. We talked about this. 3D knows it's going to implode upon itself, and so it's rearing its ugly head. This means that more extreme and turbulent weather, the elements, air, earth, fire, and wind will continue to cleanse the planet. It's a great cleansing. It is really important for us light workers to focus light into the areas where there are volcanoes, earth faults, even fires. And what we're doing is we're just creating balance there. Again, let's just create balance. The balance transmute helps the whole clearing process. All right. But if we do nothing, it's going to be violent. So we have to show that we're working with Mother Earth. All right, we're working with it. Because when enough light is poured into a place, then guess what? The devastation, the cleansing via devastation doesn't need to happen. We're helping to cleanse it by pouring in the light. All right, we're giving it a high vibrational cleansing instead. All right, so our planet still holds, I'll give you one more thing to ponder and think about. Our planet still holds the effects of the atomic bomb set off in one of the early experiments of Atlantis. Now, so it's prophesied we're going to have 3 world wars. We've already had them. You just don't remember the first one. Ancient Aliens, that wonderful show, talks about, yes, the Earth scientists verified that there was some type of ancient nuclear explosion on this Earth plane, but they said it was, or theorized that it was a space war that happened in space, and that the Earth was just where we received some of the nuclear that was released, right? That just received the explosion. No, the Atlanteans, advanced culture, got greedy, got bad, like anything else, started attacking its own people on the Earth plane using the crystals, which are very powerful, but instead of using it for good or for balanced energies and for everyone, they were getting greedy, and that's what caused the first war. This is where all the stories of the ancient flooding comes in when Atlantis sunk. Now, that's the first one, and we've already had 2. So the first World War that we know, and the second one is really 2 and 3. It's a prequel. We're going back, prequels. So we've already had 3. So now guess what? We're in this beautiful expansion time. Let's get to it. Let's bring this peace on Earth and move on from this terrible past of violence that we have had. All right. So of course the Earth's going to hold all of this energy. All right. And we are now clearing and cleansing all this fallout. I do not believe that the spiritual hierarchy will allow another nuclear bomb to be set off of that magnificent magnitude, or of that devastating magnitude. And I agree. I've asked and had conversations and said, will there be another? And they're like, no, it's already happened. And again, in documentations of Ancient Aliens, Hangar 13, any type of alien shows, there's documentations of now people who were told to be quiet, sailors from World War II, that the spaceships they saw above their ship disabled their weapons. Hello? What are they trying to tell you? Stop killing each other. That's what they're trying to tell you. So no, we're done. All right? Many are sending out fearful thoughts so that we are called on to hold the planet in the thoughts of peace and oneness. So let's turn the fear into light. So there we go. There's some people, like I said, the low vibrational 3D doesn't want us in peace. They won't rule anymore. Greed doesn't exist in the upper vibrations. So that's why we have to bring in that peace and oneness. One golden thought can calm and soothe a huge number of fear thoughts, fear-based thoughts. So isn't that beautiful? Thousands of angels and dragons and unicorns and wise beings from other planets of existence are continuing to watch over and help us raise our frequency. We have so much to look forward to. Yes, they are helping. We had to get to a specific level before they could, they're not interfering, but before they could really help. And guess what? We matched it. We're here. We've done it. We got to that level. And so we're going to continue with our acceleration. Yes. Excuse me. I get really excited. Let me get some water now. Oh. Okay. Because I have eliminated the countdown of the Blog Talk Radio and I'm using Spreaker, I can go as long as I want to, and I can on video as well. So I'm going to take it over until I get all the answers, questions from everyone. I know there was a lot that I just shared with you all, but this is information that many of us have kept quiet until the time was right to talk about it. And it feels good, and I know that. And people go, get your head out of the clouds. You're not being realistic. No. I've had many past lives. I've died in war. I was tortured for beliefs, for knowing the divine truth. And I'm sure I've done some bad too. I mean, we got to keep our lives balanced, right? I know I was a male warrior and I killed people. I remember blood on my hands and going, I never want this again. The blood soaking into the earth. It was a terrible feeling. So we are here to bring us back to peace and light. Okay, so Maureen, will I ever find my soulmate to share my life with? Or will I always be alone? Oh, excuse me. I'm going to use Magical Time Deck for you to validate this, Maureen. But right away, no, you're not going to be alone. And you're never alone. You really aren't. But it's that feeling. We feel alone when we're looking for compassion. We're looking for something outside our body. That is lonely. That is very lonely when we go out of ourselves. Where we find that love and that compassion is on the inside. We are never alone when we're here. I didn't say here in our thoughts, which can drive us literally crazy and push us out of our body. I'm talking about let's sink down into the heart, even if there's pain, if loved ones aren't here. But they are, just in a different form. All right. We do have loved ones around us all the time. But yes, you're going to have someone on the physical plane that you can go on to dates and laugh again. Maureen, laugh. Laugh and have fun and enjoy life. Absolutely. You know justice is going to be done when it comes to your son, but you have more to do on this earth plane. How about let's live some? Your son wants you to live, love, and laugh. I want you to do all those things. All right? I want you to go and play. Go out and play, Mom. Strength card. Yeah, polar bear. You have courage. You can endure, find your center, and spiral into your power, Maureen. I'm going to take this down so you can see the card. Strength. You have it within you. pull that strength out. The polar bear, and a beautiful polar bear. Strength. You have it. All right? That inner strength. You're not going to be alone. You're going to find somebody. If you feel like get somebody new. So get out there. Attend holiday parties, whether you feel like it or not. And just, you'll be surprised where you meet them. And don't push it away. Don't push him away. All right. Let's see. Okay, so Maury, when I meditate, I always see purple light. I wondered what it meant. Yes, the purple light is Saint Germain. In giving attunements, healers giving attunements, who teach. I use the purple light of Saint Germain to help with the attunement process. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Very, very powerful. All right. So Okay, good. Julia, mystical deck. Can you tell me about my past lives, Atlantis and Lemuria? All right. I don't really need the deck, but I'm going to pull one for you to answer this for you. Now you have to understand Atlantis alone was 150,000 years in existence, about 150,000 years. Yeah. So we have multiple, I know I have multiple past lives on Atlantis. I have some visions, not too much of Lemuria or Mu. Lemuria was first and then Atlantis. And Lemuria was, that's a lot of, this is the Tibetan and the monk type of energy. The Tibetans and the monks, that's more the Pacific. They do keep that ancient wisdom alive and well. And then here in the Atlantic was Atlantis. All right. So you did have a past life in Lemuria. It wasn't a very long life though, but that's okay. That's where you can, that's where you go back to for like your calmness. You reach that space. And interestingly though, Julia, you have a monk as one of your guides. So I don't know if you've ever listened to chanting music, like Tibetan monks or any kind of monk chanting. Sound healing would be very good for you. Listening to the high vibrational sounds would remind you of that. Atlantis, you've had too many. We'd have to have a session. You've had too many past lives with Atlantis as well, but you do remember. And I'm feeling you did not go down with it at the end. The last 50,000 years of Atlantis was the destructive part, where it had gone through three phases. The original design of it, one Earth, when they started to fall from the heavens, when they started to be the fallen angels, so to speak. Atlantis, there was earthquakes. It shifted, it changed. It would fall off and shrink each time. And the last time there was just a very little piece of it. And that had what was left of those that were warring and greedy. And that's the final sinking. I do not feel you went down with that, because let me tell you, all the healers, the seers, and those that knew this was going to happen, pushed the energies, pushed all of this knowledge into Egypt, into South America, into, oh my gosh, why are there pyramids all over the world? All the answers are there, and they're coming out. And yes, everyone should know now that under the right paw of the Sphinx in Egypt, there is an empty cavity. Edgar Cayce had said that this is where the records of Atlantis are stored, and Other has verified that. Science finally verified it. Egyptian allowed a scanning to be done, and yes, there's a cavity there. But Egypt is smart to go slow on this, because the timing has to be right. Okay? So, all right. So, nothing is more, and we can do so much educational research, but your spiritual research is so much more powerful and will get you so much further. Absolutely, it will. Okay. So, and then memories. You can't, and there's so many books out there about hypnotherapists that are detailing lives, past lives that are coming out, hypnotherapy sessions. Let's see. Let me see if I can read some of those books. Stuart Wilson and Joanna Prentice. The Essenes, everything I'm talking about here. The Power of Mary Magdalene. All of this is documented. So you're saying all these people came together and are just lying? The Magdalene manuscripts. Atlantis was channeled. There was people from Atlantis who had these past lives. And I'm telling you, hypnotherapists now are documenting all of their findings and all of their works. It's out there. All these people can't be eating the same mushroom and coming. Come on, and for the memories to come back for me are very real. They come to us in reoccurring dreams. And so it's also very powerful. And then again, asking for validation from your guides and angels. So, thank you so much, Maureen, and God bless you. May you remember that you are blessed. May you be aware and grateful for your blessings. All right. So anyway, if there's any more questions, I'll go for about 5 more minutes. Thank you everyone for hanging in with me. Did anyone else have any more questions? What deck did you want me to pull for you? And so, Julia, I never did pull a card, did I? Hold on, Julia. Let me pull a card for you. I was shuffling and asking and got carried away. But it's no surprise, Julia, we found each other. We all find our soul groups and people that we connect with. Oh, check this out. So, Julia, the card you got is Quest. Be bold, and mighty forces will aid you. Take action. Good luck favors the brave. Again, brave. But look, Julia, it's this fairy. She's there's a dragon and a phoenix. Rebirth. The phoenix, the dragon, and then the fairy. So, quest. You are on a quest, aren't you? You're going to meet more of your soul family. This is why you have to move. You know it. You feel it in your heart that you need to be in a different place in order to finish this ascension process, don't you? We're all doing that. We're like pieces on the chessboard. Where am I going to be the best for humanity? Where am I going to better serve humanity and help throw this light out? All right? And follow that. A lot of us are moving. We are like alignment, part of the alignment. We're putting ourselves in the right places where we need to be to help bring in the golden Christed light and all these beautiful energies. Okay? So, let me see. Hold on. Linda, I read the book Anna Mother, Grandmother of Jesus. It was a channel book. Yes. Isn't that wonderful? Love books like that. Absolutely. And yes, it is a very powerful card, Julia, but it's a very powerful message that comes to you. And everyone, if you haven't worked with your dragons, start working with your dragons. So, okay, Julia, I got a text this week from my daughter asking me to move to Kansas where she lives. How does that feel, Julia? I'm not going to tell you what to do. I can tell you it's ugh. That's my feeling. I'm going to be honest. Ugh. But your soul family isn't there. Not like what you're going to find in the other areas. So, it's okay. I know that, your daughter, you love your daughter, but your daughter can come visit you. You have to go where you want to go. You, Julia, have raised your family. You've put your life on. This is your time. You put your life on hold. It's your time now, Julia. You have to go on your quest. Get on your dragon with that phoenix, and you go where Julia needs to be. Period. Okay. So, Linda, yeah, not so good feeling, is it, Julia? When you let that sit with it for a minute, how does that, almost like a taste, how does that feel? How does that taste? How does that, no. And watch your reaction to it, because that's your answer. So, Linda, you would like to know about your lifetime in Atlantis. We are really at the end of the time of the show right now, but absolutely, you can contact me. I have a great sale. Buy one, get one free. Buy one reading, you get another reading session for free, another healing one for free. Check out all the information. The details of the sale, again, is on whitesagewoman.me, which is my blog. Be sure to follow me there if you aren't doing that now. Currently, just please follow me. But yes, lifetime in Atlantis, Linda, I have to tell you what I recommend for everyone, and it's good to share. We can share together. Like in a reading, you can share here, share. I always say you find your soul group, other people within Atlantis, and that helped me to validate the dreams and the memories that I have, that I'm not going crazy and losing my mind. And it's always that connection to the water and the dolphins. And I know personally I can't leave the East Coast. I have to be near the Atlantic Ocean. And so follow that internal compass. Just real quick, all those who want to know about their past lives, this is fun. And you're going to fill a whole book. I'm talking buy a composition book or buy a notebook, buy a book like this. All right. And you're going to put in all your likes and dislikes. I know people could cringe when, I have to make a list. But I'll tell you, this is the best list that I have ever done. I still have my original journal, and it will help you, because what you're going to do is you're going to eat like each page, place to visit, your favorite country to visit, or country you want to visit, your likes, list them, dislikes, list them, even if you've never been there. How do you know that? This is where you have to have an open mind and just feel what comes in. I've never been to France in this past life, but I have a bad taste in my mouth of France. And it wasn't until I remember my past life as a Templar Knight that I knew why I had a bad taste of France in my mouth. So, places that you like, and you have to free your mind, but I haven't been there in this past life, in this life. Exactly. Shh. All right. Smells you like or don't like. Sounds, animals, because sometimes we can also piece together what happened at the end of our life, where we're attacked by an animal, where there's certain smells. Do you like the day over the night? That kind of thing. Do you prefer city? Do you prefer living in the country? All these things tell the story, believe it or not. What type of clothes do you like to wear? Yes, I'm in this feminine form in this life, but I remember a lot of my male dominance, and I feel comfortable in pants. I like to wear pants and jeans. I feel more comfortable in boots. So it's, what do you like to dress? What things don't you like to do? I don't like turtlenecks. I don't like things around my neck. These are all signs of being choked, hung. Yeah, all right. So, some people don't like to sunbathe because they feel like they're burning. Pay attention to all these little symbols. Pay attention to any nightmares you may have in your dreams. These are all very powerful validations and signs and symbols that our bodies are giving us, our cell memory. is giving us. It remembers, it knows our whole history. When our soul plugged into this body, it downloaded all that information into our body. So our body has that information. We just need to communicate with our body and communicate, know ourselves more. Know thyself. All right. Know our likes or dislikes. I'm not talking just, we have to really go deep here. Even foods, flowers, music. I'm talking very detailed. Think of any and everything that you can think of and write down in this book. And I guarantee you're going to start to see a pattern that forms. All right. So, you always feel pulled to the ocean. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So do I, but I have to tell you, there's not a fear of swimming. I think it's more of a fear of drowning. No, but I don't like to swim. I like to go to the ocean edge, put my feet in and get to the waist, but I don't swim in the ocean. Yeah, and there's not that there's a fear. I also remember a time when we could breathe the water in like liquid oxygen and it didn't drown us or kill us. And so, isn't that beautiful? My daughter went through a phase when she was wearing a bandana headscarf. Yeah. Yes. The way so again, we shouldn't judge the youth that they're pulling into. Maybe they have tribal tattoos, those stretching of their earlobes. It's all tribal. Maybe they remember their tribal past lives. That's okay. That's fine. And so even I think it's beautiful because I immediately can see where the head wrapping is very sacred in many cultures. But you say that here, a bandana, and people automatically, gang related. It's this. Please stop. Take it further than that. All right. So, fear of drowning. All right. Well, I know it's getting late for many of you because it's normally to 9 o'clock. So thank you so much for hanging in there. There was a lot covered tonight. And that's what we're here for, is to help each other expand, push, get out of your comfort zone. And let's all excel, expand, and grow together. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you taking the time to listen and watch the show and participate. I love you all so very much. And I'm really happy knowing that, all of us coming together and wow, it's so powerful. This is a beautiful, powerful new energies that we are coming into, and we're all together. We are together. You have a team, but there's a network. The Lightworkers Network is huge now. It's working. It's working. Yay. All right. So everyone, thank you so much. And thank you. Again, keep those. Email me through my website, message me through my website, or email me. Those of you who have my private email, just contact me through my website, again, whitesagewoman.com. If you have anything you want to know about, any topics you want me to talk about for the show, I absolutely embrace that. So just contact me, let me know. And I will have a show next Sunday, December 17th. So thank you so much for tuning in, and may the obstacles to your flight be few and the blessings along your journey be many. Namaste. Each and every one of you, have a beautiful week. And remember, you are blessed. Be aware of these blessings, and much gratitude to each of you. Namaste.